Hey guys, it's me, the Sextrovert, and today I'd like to talk about Jerkmate. Now, this is a cam site like Live Jasmine or any of those other cam sites you've probably seen ads for before certain videos on certain video websites that are not YouTube, if you catch my drift. So I'm guessing just the sheer amount of ads they've been putting out has led a lot of people to end up emailing me directly, and they want to know what the deal is with this service, because the thing is, it's like a lot of people are very apprehensive about campsites, whether it's a scam or whether it's secure. But the sheer fact of the matter is, when they have ads going on some of the most popular sites for so long, people start to wonder if there really is something to this. So instead of doing a sex toy or something else like that this week, I've decided to review the sex cam service of Jerkmate. Now, it is completely free. It's not even it's completely free to sign up. Sorry, that was kind of misleading, but it's completely free to sign up. And the only reason I say completely free to sign up is because there's a lot of sites that are free sign up, but you got to give them your credit card. Whereas that's not the case at all with Jerkmate. I was able to actually discover a lot about the site before I even really went too crazy on it. Now, the link will be in the description if you want to be able to check it out yourself. But when I first started, I noticed that I was very quickly brought to a kind of questionnaire where I was able to pick and choose pretty much all attributes of the kind of performers I'd like to see. And after filling out that, I found out that there was pretty much hundreds of women who exactly fit what I would want to look for, and thousands who are just slight variations on that. So that I was really impressed with just the sheer amount of selection. The next thing that I really liked when I was going through the site was the fact that there's a lot of gatekeeping when it comes to the content. As in, like, there are some other sites like this that I've been on where it seems like every step of the way where they dangle something in front of your face, they're going to try to get you to pay. Whereas with Jerkmate, you're either going to be paying for a private show, or you can actually chip in with a bunch of people and kind of share a show. Now, another thing that only happens really on Jerkmate, like, I've been to a couple other campsites, right? But essentially, whenever you might see some titty or see something real and you haven't paid, usually the girl will go private, or only like deluxe members can stay at that point. Whereas with Jerkmate, I actually saw a fair bit of performers more or less for free just because other people were tipping and paying. So the whole crowdsourced community orgasm kind of thing really, really appealed to me. It seemed like Jerkmate wasn't just trying to, get a cent out of everyone who visits, but rather give everyone a half decent time. Now, when it comes to paying, they use a currency referred to as gold. Now, $1 is one gold. Now, I actually like that a lot for a few different reasons. One, it's extremely easy for me to keep track of, or me or anyone, to keep track of how much they're actually spending. See, sometimes a site will have like $1 will be like 365, super tokens. And I think that's like deliberately made so people don't associate what they're doing with spending money. But with gold, I was able to very quickly make sure that like my spending habits were in check, that I was giving people, like, if I wanted to tip, I actually understood how much it was worth. And there wasn't silly things where people were asking for like, half a gold or half a token just to get stuff done. It's 100% just $1, one gold. So when it comes to actually using my gold, once I put about $50 in, there was two different ways I could really do it. I could either go for 100% private show, which would be about $30 for an hour or two, and that was great for sure because it's the one-on-one privacy. Like, you can talk, you can do whatever. And on Jerkmate, you can actually go cam to cam. So you can have like a true cybersex experience. Now, $30 might seem like a lot, but all I could think about the whole time was how much of a better deal it was in relation to, say, a strip club. Because I've been to a strip club and you just give a woman who's scantily dressed $20 for her to rub up on you for about 5 minutes. So pure time wise, there was a lot more to offer from Jerkmate. But the other thing that really got me was that compared to a strip club, the sheer amount of things available is so diverse. Each performer will do more or less risque things depending on their own personal comfort level, which means that not only are like the women involved not being exploited and abused and forced to do things they don't want to just to make ends meet, these women essentially just work almost, I'm assuming they work almost like contractors under Jerkmate, in which they choose what they'll do and not do. But with that $30, like with at a strip club, you're just gonna get a lap dance. That's the only real thing on the menu, unless you go to a seedier part of town. You know what I'm saying? But with Jerkmate, there's women who are willing to use toys. There's women who are willing to do special things when it comes to being on cam with them. Some of them will get their boyfriends involved if you tip them and all that. So it's just the sheer amount of what you can go through is absolutely amazing. And what I also like is that if you do have a certain performer that you like, and you can actually kind of build a relationship with them in a way that's a lot more genuine than I thought. When I went from room to room just to explore what kind of like the community was like, there was, of course, a lot of girls who, were just talking to their fans and kind of gassing them up, obviously hoping they would tip. But there was a lot of women who seemed to have had like a very big following in a community in which it was just centered a lot more in respect and like admiration than I expected it to be. And it really did seem like these girls did know like the intimate details of some of these men's lives. And I think that's really what a lot of people search for with Jerkmate, is that not only is there like, the lizard brain part of us that deals with the horniness, it also is a half decent way to get some quick intimacy of any kind. Now, especially with the global pandemic going on right now, going to a strip club can be pretty difficult or pretty risky, even if you're in a place where they are open. Whereas Jerkmate, it's all online. It's personally, in my opinion, a way better deal. You'll be able to find whatever woman you want to suit your tastes. Like there's so many different performers that I think that they probably draw from a couple different providers. Like the women on Jerkmate may not necessarily have signed up for it, or like for Jerkmate specifically, they're clearly doing it because they want to. But I mean, it just seems I just don't know how they managed to get so many different performers from all around the world and with so many different body types and all that. So essentially, it's a very, very intuitive, easy to use, good cam service. See, a lot of other websites also, their web design and user experience are really lacking. And I also think that's by design, because there's a lot of sites where they don't want you to cancel your credit card, or they want you to feel locked in and all that. Whereas Jerkmate, everything was very easy, slick, and clean, and it really feels modern and trustworthy. That's what we're starting to see now in a lot of products like this and services, is that they've been on the internet for so long, and they've been pretty much populated just by like scuzzy, untrustworthy businesses. But there are some providers who are starting to realize that there is a legitimate demand for this kind of service, and there's no reason it has to be sketchy and difficult to use. So for that, I really, really want to give props to Jerkmate. Much like how there are certain providers who are making online Viagra a lot more trustworthy, Jerkmate is the first service I've ever been on where I didn't feel like me or the performers were just cattle being sent to the slaughter. I really, really like Jerkmate, and I'm probably still going to go on probably at least once or twice a week and bare minimum get in on probably some crowdsourced kind of, everyone gives $1 until the girl starts doing a show for everybody kind of thing, just because it is really, really entertaining to me. I was surprised with how impressed I was with Jerkmate. If you have any questions at all about the experience, I wasn't really sure what I should be covering and what I shouldn't. So if I missed something, please comment below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. I tend to answer comments once a day around in the afternoon. Besides that, I hope you like and subscribe my video. The link for Jerkmate will be in the description if you just want a quick one-click way to check it out yourself. And besides that, I hope everyone has a great day. See you later.